Your home, your family, your legacy. They deserve the highest level of protection. At Lathrop Insurance, we design tailored programs for coastal homes, secondary properties, and high-value assets, giving you peace of mind no matter where life takes you. We're honored to protect families in Rhode Island with personalized care and expert guidance. Lathrop Insurance, protecting the life you've worked so hard to build.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, July 16th. I'm sorry. Wow. It is Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. I graduated high school 21 years ago today. That means that my high school graduation could legally drink, and man, with that information, I feel like I need one. I am really excited to be here with you guys again today here on 321. My name is Ben Barber. I am one of the owners here at 321. And today we have a lot of stuff happening here on the morning show. But first and foremost, we are going to do something that we haven't done in a long time. But I'm really excited about it. Ken.
Yes. Oh.
I'm joined here by Ken Collins. And Ken, you are going to give us a little classic sports update for what's going on around all of the leagues.
I'm going to do the best I can.
All right, hit me.
All right. Well, I was going to say keeping up with the Cup and more.
There you go.
All right.
Well, I mean, don't spoil the lead because we got Liverpool's favorite son in here to give us the real update in a moment.
I know that. Yeah, I'm going to give you some scores, and we'll check. There's other things going on in sports, and then when we get to the Cup, then Tom's going to tell you what happened yesterday and what's going to happen today. But for now, we got Major League Baseball scores from last night. Cincinnati Reds shut out the Mets 12-0. The Dodgers. This was late night baseball. If you stayed up to watch Tampa and the Dodgers.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
The Dodgers won 4-3. Also yesterday in St. Louis, the St. Louis Cardinals shut out San Diego 3-0. But the big story in the game was Dustin May threw a one-hitter. Had a perfect game going for, I think, about 6 innings. And they got one hit off him in his shutout over San Diego. Red Sox and the Yankees, both of them had the night off last night. But they'll be back in action tonight. The Red Sox home against Toronto. First pitch time tonight at Fenway is 6:45. Yankees also will be at home tonight at Yankee Stadium at little after 7:05. Chicago White Sox will come into New York to take on the Yankees. And the Mets will finish up that series in Cincinnati. Game time there is at 7:10. I'll run down the rest of the schedule in Major League Baseball. A lot of different kinds of fans. We got Baltimore fans. So the Marlins will be at Philadelphia at 6:40 tonight. Kansas City at Washington right around the same time. Giants will be in Atlanta. Cleveland at Milwaukee. San Diego Padres will meet St. Louis in St. Louis. Meet me in St. Louis. Oh, do that stuff. Colorado will be in Chicago to take on the Chicago Cubs. That's an 8 o'clock start. Minnesota Twins will be in Texas. The Tigers will be at Houston at 8:10. Angels in Arizona at 9:40 in Arizona. Baltimore, we just mentioned the Orioles. They will be in Seattle. These late night games, 9:40. Pittsburgh at Oakland, same time. Tampa will be in L.A. to take on the Dodgers once again. Game time there is at 10:10 tonight. So, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, playing the same league with the Yankees, Red Sox, you want to watch and see how they make out against that all-star Dodger team, you got to stay up till 10:10. So it's 10, 11, 12, 1. You go to bed about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Not bad.
It's too late for me.
Yeah, it's too late for me.
It's too late for me.
Anything after 8 o'clock is too late for me.
Listen, I'm the old man in the room, okay? It's too late. It's too late for this guy.
And PGA Golf coming up. This is the first round of the 126 U.S. Open. It'll be in Southampton, New York. That'll be this weekend. And the first round again will be on Thursday And I think it's right after this, I think, is the one in Hartford. I think they always follow the U.S. Open. And we'll check in with Chris Berman because he tries to play in that one every year.
Now, when you say tries to play, like he tries to get access, or he's not very good?
No,
Which
he
one
can
are
get
you
the
saying?
access. The
I
access
assume
is no problem.
So it's just he's not as good as the.
but he tries. He does. He puts on a show. I've been up there a few times. He does do a good job. NASCAR. The boys are going to be out in San Diego. That'll be Sunday at 4:00. And if you like NASCAR, that's 4:00 Eastern time, by the way. And just a couple of things I want to mention here before we go over to Tom is Run the Home Base. We'll talk more about that. It's going to be a fundraiser at Hilltop on July 2nd. Sports open mic on Saturday. We're going to be in Misquamicut.
Woo!
How about that? Revive Coffee?
Yes.
Oh,
Brand new
wait.
location for Revive.
Right at the tourist.
Yes, right at the drive-in, where at the tourist center, right where the drive-in movie theater is.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, that should be awesome. Speaking of, I'll just give a quick update about some of the things going on around town before we head over to Tommy for the bulk of the program. This weekend at the drive-in movie theater, it is Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, which of course is the original Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Johnny Depp, yes. Is he? He's American, isn't he? He's just always put on an accent. Anyway, then Jaws, everyone's favorite movie to see at the drive-in at the beach. Jaws will be back on Saturday, June 20th. So that should be it. Tomorrow is, I believe, the last day of school for Westerly Public Schools, which is awesome. And that means that the kids are going to be out. And if you're looking for some stuff to do with them, why not take them to the movies over at the United Theater? We got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of great movies. Some of them are not, because I just introduced that as kid friendly. I'm not going to mention the movies that are playing today because they're not necessarily, although Disclosure Day, PG-13. If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it, would that frighten you? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I'll ask Tommy and Ken their thoughts on that a little bit later. But then on Thursday, we have Toy Story 5 is opening. Toy Story 5. Personally, I think they could have left it alone at 3, but since they made 4, they might as well make 5. This one looks incredible.
For a dozen.
What's that?
How about 12?
Well, here's the thing. You can say it was a perfect trilogy at 3, but Pixar never misses. So I think that's going to be great, and that's going to be a lot of fun for the whole family. We'll be there. Thursday at 4 p.m. is the first one. There's also an event with Martin House Books tomorrow on Wednesday, and that is Jennifer Weiner at the United Partnership, in partnership with Martin House Books. She's a New York Times #1 best-selling author, and she will be there for a talk and signing discussing her latest novel, The Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits. So that should be a lot of fun.
Sounds like a horror story.
Oh man, it does kind of sound like a horror story. We are going to go to a quick break from our friends over at Dunn's Corners, and we'll be right back with Tommy Stafford and Keeping Up the Cup.
If you want a sweet treat or a bite to eat, if you're shopping for the week or a great piece of meat, there's only one place to go. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. If you're here for the weekend or you're here for a lifetime, meet me at Dunn's Corners Market.
And now it is time for everyone's favorite segment. We got a lot of stuff going on with the World Cup, and it is time to figure out what it all means. And honestly, it just sounds a lot better coming to you with a British accent. So here he is, Liverpool's favorite son, Tommy Stafford. Tommy,
Good morning.
what do we got?
Well, we got Spain #3 played yesterday, and they were ranked. Before I forget, one point I forgot to mention yesterday was the Japanese fans who were involved in the cleanup afterwards where they were sitting and left the place absolutely spotless. And I thought that was fabulous, really. And, they left the place absolutely fabulous, and they took pride in where they were, and they took pride in delivering the trash to the containers and God knows what. But I thought it was fabulous. But anyway,
It was fabulous. You don't see that
no,
much.
it was. It shows you how much respect those people have. Spain, who was ranked number 3, took on the ranked number 64 team of Cape Verde at Atlanta Stadium in Georgia to open their Group of H play. Cape Verde goalkeeper Vazina saving everything that was kicked his way as Spain was piling on the pressure like you wouldn't believe. This 42-year-old goalkeeper was putting on a clinic, and just on just how goalkeepers should save goals. What a fantastic job he did. Spain were relentless in their pursuit of putting the ball in the net time and time again. Cape Verde stood strong, disciplined in their defending. The Verdeans came close to stealing the game from Spain, one of the favorites. When they were awarded a corner kick deep into the game, you'll never know what can happen during the World Cup. We spoke about this the other day. You never know what's going to turn up and what's happened. And here we have a country who was ranked 3rd in the nation, playing a country that was ranked 64th. And it was a tough game. It was a very exciting game. Spain, they held Spain to a goalless draw. And you couldn't write, the stuff that went on yesterday. The final score was Spain 0 and Cape Verde 0. Next up for Spain, they played the second Group H game against Saudi Arabia, also in Atlanta on Sunday, where Cape Verde face Uruguay in Miami later on that day. The kickoff is at 6 o'clock.
Now, Tommy, something interesting about that is there's been a lot of noise this year about the expansion to 48 teams, and whether that was going to dull down the play of the World Cup. But I think that a team like Cape Verde, stepping up and doing this really shows that. Also,
good observation.
Also, a big thing that really just goes to show how insane the World Cup is, right? Cape Verde's goalkeeper, Vazinha, is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
He went from 56,000 followers on Instagram.
He didn't know.
It's fine. He went from 56,000 followers on Instagram last night to over 5 million.
Good Lord.
In one night because of the World Cup, because of his performance in the World Cup.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
And the way that he kept Spain to 0 goals. And that it's just incredible stuff. Spain won the World Cup like a decade ago, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'd have to look my notes. I'll look them when I've finished this for you. But he was just outstanding, and 42 years old. 42.
He's 42.
Yeah, 42. He's playing in the World Cup, and he was just outstanding. And the things he was putting on, he was literally putting a clinic on for the crowd.
Yeah.
Because he showed them what to do and what not to do. And the only one that's come close to that for me is Alisson of Liverpool, who plays for Brazil, who's the goalkeeper for Brazil. He's another great goalkeeper, But it was a great show. And talking about the expansion teams, they're probably going to expand them to 54 teams on the next World Cup.
See, now that may be too. I'm kidding. I don't.
No. I know what you're saying.
That's incredible.
And you're not wrong on your assumption there, because it's you get the feeling that the teams are diluting the competition, right?
But that gives you the opportunity for underdog stories.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the number one sport in the world, so let's give everybody an opportunity to go in there and mix it up and see what can happen. Like,
why not?
It's the in American football, it's considered any given Sunday, right? Like anybody can step up and beat somebody else on any given Sunday, and that's why you play the game. And I think that's fantastic. And I think people like Cape Verde showed why last night. Another thing that I would say about that is 8 teams ever have won the World Cup. That's not a lot. That's a statistic that I heard this morning on one of the sports shows.
You've been studying, huh?
Well, we're doing a show every day. I might as well watch the World Cup.
Okay. Gets a little testy, doesn't he, Tom? Huh?
Did you think that we were gonna?
And let me tell you something. I can do that to him all the time.
Ken,
What?
did you really think that we were gonna do a show about the World Cup every day for a month,
Mhm.
and I wasn't gonna
Chip
pay
in.
attention at all to the World Cup?
No, you're good. That's great. I love it.
Yeah. But you're right in Spain. Spain won it in 2010. Yeah, so good,
Wow,
good
you did a lot of-
observation.
yeah, good, great.
Did a lot of
Got
research.
that Charahoe hat on. That's where you learned it all.
Yeah.
Right?
Big soccer town.
It is.
Community,
Yes.
big soccer community. Charahoe.
Yeah, it's good. They have good facilities too. The sports facility at the high school. I think it's excellent. Anyway, going on to Belgium against Egypt, and Iman Ashur powers Egypt into the first half lead with a thumping strike. Belgium equalized after the break through Mohamed Hani. It was an own goal, so Belgium scored the goal for them. Egypt opened the scoring through Han Ashan, and the 20th minute with the well-placed goal rifled into the shot bottom corner of the net. The second half goal was denied Egypt of the first ever World Cup win as Belgium rescued a point in the Group G opener in Seattle. The Pharaohs, that's the name for the Egyptian team, took the lead in the 21st minute through Al-Hay midfielder Asha, who thundered in a 20-yard strike into the bottom corner of the net. But Thomas Muniz low cross turned into his own net by Egypt defender Hani in the 66th minute under the pressure of substitute Romelu Lukaku. Egypt were backed by a passionate support base from the USA West Coast. They hunted down their first World Cup win in 8 years, but were denied. The final score on that one was Belgium 1 and Egypt 1. Belgium play their second Group G game against the Iran in Los Angeles on Sunday at 3 p.m., while Egypt face New Zealand in Vancouver at 9 o'clock in the evening. And those 9 o'clock games, when they finish, are killing me with my sleep. And then we went on to Saudi Arabia against Uruguay, and they scored the first half opener, and Maxi Areguilo gets the equalizer for Uruguay with 10 minutes remaining to avoid a shock defeat, because that would have been a big shock defeat. Uruguay are not expected to leave, but they could not hold the second half onslaught of Uruguay. After Cape Verde's shock draw with Spain, the group now is wide open as Saudi Arabia try to reach the knockout stages. It'll be the first time since 1994 at the World Cup in the USA. Uruguay have won this. Uruguay would have won this game, but it wasn't for the brilliance of Saudi Arabia's goalkeeper. The final score was Saudi Arabia 1, Uruguay 1. Saudi Arabia will play the tournament favorite Spain on Sunday, 21st at 12 o'clock, and in Atlanta, while Uruguay play Cape Verde at Miami Stadium on the same day at 6 o'clock. Now, then we go on to Iran versus New Zealand with a lot of political undertones. But Iran came to play, and play they did. It was, they soon blew that situation with Iran out of the window because they played and they came from behind twice. And, it's a team that, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't expect them to go past the the first game, and now they're on the first round. But they came round twice in Los Angeles and denied New Zealand the first win at the World Cup. New Zealand got to a flying start, thumped home a half volley after Chris Wood, and he plays in the EPL, up the ball and knocked it into the path of the goal scorer. New Zealand continues to show promise, but has already been the case in the World Cup. The first hydration point break seemed to alter the momentum against New Zealand, but then before the Iran came back to level things out again. Anyway, the final score on that one was Iran 2, New Zealand 2, which was good. And we had a competition on that this morning, Ken, didn't we?
Yeah, 2-2, 1-1.
But Iran will face Belgium on Sunday at 3 p.m. And New Zealand will face off against Egypt on Sunday at 9 o'clock at night. And what's on tap for today? France. Now, today is going to be a fabulous day for soccer fans, because France is going to play Senegal, and with France you'll see Mbappe is probably one of the greatest goal scorers in the world, and he's going to be playing. They're going to be playing Senegal.
What time is that game?
That's at 3 o'clock.
Good.
And that's in New York, New Jersey Stadium. And then we have Iraq against Norway, Group 1, that's going to be played in Boston at 6 o'clock tonight. And then Argentina against Algeria. It's Group J, Kansas City. That's at 9 o'clock. And Austria versus Jordan. That's in Group J in San Francisco Bay Area. That's at 12 midnight, because 12 midnight there is 9 o'clock.
It's 9 p.m.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
still
it
too
does.
late.
It does. Yeah, you won't be watching that one, will you?
The 3 o'clock game, that's why I was interested. And it's France. I might watch some of that.
Yeah.
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 3 o'clock, I can handle.
Now,
yeah.
Mbappe plays in his professional career for Real Madrid now.
Yeah.
Um,
He played for PSG.
yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain.
What is the? I remember watching Real Madrid games as a kid growing up with my dad. What is the level of play competition between, the English Premier League? Obviously, like, we know that the English Premier League is top notch. But you have these leagues like La Liga, is that what it's called? In Spain, what in Europe, there's
Yeah.
Italian leagues, there's Spanish leagues,
Spanish leagues, yeah.
What leagues should people be paying attention to if they're catching the proper football bug here and they want to watch more of it, other than the Premier League, which
Yeah.
we know about, and MLS? I don't want to
No, it's
discount
okay.
MLS, but
MLS has got to step up. They've got to take it to where the women took their level. But having said that, the MLS contingency in the Americas World Cup was really outstanding when they put 5 past. What was it? Forget who it was now. But when they won that game 5-1, I think it was. But that was good, and you couldn't dismiss that. And you look at that and you say, there's potential. But yeah, the Spanish league is good, but they're limited to on TV on Spanish games. Real Madrid obviously is the top notch. Barcelona
it's
is
basically just the two of them that I've ever heard of from there.
yeah. They're the ones that Real Madrid is owned by a syndication because they have a board of people, and they'll dismiss a guy after a game, even though they signed him to a 4-year contract. But that's the way it works over there in Europe.
And then Italian is Serie A.
Serie A, yeah.
Serie A.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know how to pronounce
That's
it.
all right.
And the only ones that I've ever heard of from them are AC Milan and Inter Milan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're all good. They're good teams. I think the Italian league is a little bit better than the Spanish league, but they're both worth watching. But you got to pick your games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pick your games.
But you guys mentioned TV. TV got to be a big part of it to to get the exposure.
Oh yeah, they dominate what time the game's played.
You know, I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah, they dominate what time the games are. The games are played.
yeah.
But yeah, and they do the same in England too. They'll start a game, but they used to start all the games like at 7:15, 7:30. Now they're all 8 o'clock. Which makes for a late night, and despite the fact when you get out the game, the pubs are closed.
Do the pubs close early in England?
No,
Oh, okay.
they close about 10:30, I think. When I was there, anyway.
Yeah.
They would close about
Not
10:30.
that you used to be there all the time, just passing by, right? You knew what time they closed, right?
No, I was in there.
Ken gave him the
Oh,
out, and Tommy went right back in.
There was nothing better than going to the pub and discussing the game with your buddies.
Yeah.
Over a few pints.
Yeah, pints.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite in the World Cup?
We went over this the few days ago, and I rather fancy England the way they're playing. Whether they'll come through, I don't know. But I think for me, that everybody's saying Spain's the favorite, but they are. But I think France will beat them. I think France will take it off.
Do you think that Spain
He
is?
picked France the first day.
Yeah.
You picked France
Yeah,
the
he
first
did.
day.
Yeah.
Do you think that Spain is still the favorite after a 0-0 draw with?
Oh yeah,
Cape
yeah.
Verde?
That's going to happen.
Okay.
That's going to happen in the in a competition like this.
Yeah.
Like what they call freak moments. But they'll be there at the end. For a fact, and it'll be a wake up call for them.
Yeah.
And they will pull themselves up, dust themselves off, and start all over again.
That sometimes it makes a difference, right?
Oh yeah,
there,
it
what you
motivates
just said,
them.
Yeah.
It motivates them, as in all teams.
Yeah.
Look at the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and it wouldn't have been the Knicks, for example, wouldn't have been as good of a story if they didn't lose one game in the finals.
Exactly.
If they had just won 15 straight to win the championship,
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been as rewarding as losing that game in the Garden,
Mhm.
having the gigantic comeback.
Yeah.
Like it adds to the Cinderella story.
Well,
right?
let's face it, Ben. That motivation makes the TV audience grow as well,
Yeah.
and it
Oh,
makes when
definitely.
people want to go to the game. As you said the other day, it makes people want to, they'll pay attention.
Yeah.
And it was good that the Knicks took that well, because from that game, that gave them momentum to go forward and be invincible, really, when
Yep.
you think about it.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people, after they lost that third game,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of experts that figured then the other team was gonna beat the Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're right. They gotta rebound the Knicks
Mhm. Yeah.
and say we can't let that game bother us.
Yeah.
There's too many things going on in that game anyhow.
Mhm.
So what we got to do now is just do what we do well
Yeah.
and go
Concentrate
out
on what we do well. Forget what the
Exactly.
other team
Right.
do. And I've coached soccer a lot, and watched the growth of kids, and maybe studied a little bit of psychology about teams and how they do. I would purposely, before a big game, if I had a big game in the playoff, I would probably put the worst team out there so that they may marginally get beat or tie. And the idea behind that was to motivate the rest of the team to step up their game to win. And it worked every time for me.
I bet I bet Tom Brady and Randy Moss and everybody on that 07 Patriots team would have much rather lost week 17 against the Giants than the Super Bowl,
Sure.
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it's
I have the fortunate experience of my son-in-law is a Giants fan and a Yankees fan. And somebody who comes from the Red Sox country and Patriots country, it's hard to do that, but I don't take it personally.
your wife is a Yankees fan, isn't she?
Yes.
Hazel was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My God, Hazel, what's it coming to?
Well, she grew up in Yankee family.
Yeah.
Her father
Yeah.
and her brother, they're diehard
Yep.
Yankee fans. So,
Yeah.
Jackie, my partner, she's a Yankees fan as well.
Yeah.
Originally from Greenwich, Connecticut. So
uh,
I turned to her the other night. We were watching the end of the finals, and I said, "Hey, your hometown team won," and she was like, "I don't care." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Glad we shared this moment together." But
isn't it wonderful how women have a way of striking you down like that?
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
And we pay attention to that. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she
Yeah.
does not care about basketball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was funny was I went and I put the she was like her friend was watching the she was in a group chat with her friends and they were all sending photos of their pets to each other, and one of her friends had the game on in the background, and that was me realizing that the game was on and going, oh, I looked at the photo and went, oh, the really cute dog. Oh my God, the finals, right? I forgot.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, I'm gonna put it on. I was playing a video game. And so I opened up YouTube TV on my phone and I put it on my phone. And she was like, that's what you're gonna put the game on? And I was like, I'll put it on the TV in a second. Like, it's fine. And then I put it on the TV and she didn't watch at all. And I'm like, what was the point of putting it on the TV? What was the point of you making a big deal about me putting it on the TV for you to not care about it? But then she was very excited when they showed Patrick Ewing. So,
Oh yeah.
But
You know,
put it
That's
on.
why when you get married or have a partner,
yeah.
God gives you tablets, because all you do is keep nodding your head and taking the tablets. You'll be fine. I mean,
True.
if you say anything to your partner or wife and you say, "What about this?" she'll go, "Fine." You know immediately what that means.
I don't think it means fine, Tom.
No,
But
it means what they want it to mean. No.
Reverse psychology as
You
well.
get the message.
Oh yeah, yeah.
this is good.
So you know what they say, Ben? A happy wife is a happy life.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
True.
Well, who do we have playing tonight?
Tonight, well, there's France against Senegal, Iraq against Norway, Argentina against Algeria, and Austria against Jordan. And
That's
they're all on Fox Sports Network,
nice.
and maybe some of them are on Peacock. I'm not sure.
That's an interesting dynamic to share between Peacock and Fox.
Oh yeah,
But it's interesting. All rules sort of get thrown out the window with the World Cup. I mean, you see you've mentioned it a few times about like Foxborough being called Boston Stadium, and sort of that goes the way of all of these football stadiums around the country and around the continent. The logos are covered, right? Like Levi Stadium in San Francisco made a big deal about it. They I saw an Instagram post from them the other day. There's a trending audio that's been trending for years of nobody's gonna know. Who's gonna know? How are they gonna know? And it's the Levi's logo on the stadium with like just a white sheet over it. And so they made that their cover photo on Instagram. Like they made their logo just a white sheet over their logo. Like who's gonna know that it's the Levi's logo? And I thought that was very interesting. But like, because these companies pay a gigantic amount of money for those advertising spots, right? Gillette Stadium, AT&T Stadium in Dallas. These companies pay an astronomical amount of money for the naming rights, because when the Super Bowl is in Dallas and teams that are not the Cowboys play,
Don't worry about that.
everybody, but everybody says a million times, we're here tonight at AT&T Stadium. They're blowing the roof off the place in AT&T Stadium. Thank God it's glass. Like like you mention AT&T Stadium all the time. You mention Levi Stadium all the time. That's how people know what they are, right? in Rhode Island, very famously, we had the Providence Civic Center for years was the Dunk, right? The Dunkin' Donuts Center. It's now the AMP. People still call it the Dunk. Like the naming rights actually
They stay with it.
They stay with it and they mean a lot. And the fact that FIFA has so much power to be like, actually, you're going to all cover your stadiums and we're not going to refer to them by their names.
But why couldn't they have worked something out? There's a lot of money to be made there, though, isn't there?
I don't know. It's FIFA.
It's they're a force unto themselves, and they basically dominate everything.
It's a monopoly. It's a.
But I mean, you would think that.
You would think that there's an opportunity there for them to make money. Yeah, you would. But
I won't tell you what the prize is for the World Cup for the country. I think it's like 864 million is the first prize.
Yeah.
First place.
Oh,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So it sure is.
That's a lot.
That's almost as you earn in a year.
Almost. But that's
close.
Yeah,
it's close. It's close.
What does he say? Money talks, right?
Yeah.
That's why I watch basketball, but I don't think there's anything like March Madness, because you see a lot of the teams, whether it's changed now with the new rules about sponsorships with the individual players.
That's true.
But with March Madness, it's just a pure passion of the game, and that shines through. But that's always worth watching. You see those young kids out there playing, and the women's basketball too.
Yeah.
Oh, women, yeah, they're tough. I just don't like and I know we're getting off the subject of soccer, but I don't like the fact that those guys are getting paid. It's like, I don't want to play here anymore. I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
They're all like professionals.
I think that I think that NIL makes sense because if the colleges and the NCAA are making so much money off the back of these players, and the players are kids that can't afford a car and they can't afford all of these different things, right? Like, that's super sad, and they should be entitled to some of that stuff. The way that they did it, which is it's essentially turned them into professional players who can now go to the schools that can pay them the most money and all of this other stuff. That is, I think that we are in the beginning stages of what this eventually looks like, because I think that the system it was very broken before when they weren't allowed to make any money off of their own name, but everybody else is making money off of them. But I think that it doesn't necessarily work the way that it is now. Or maybe we just keep getting, like right now it's like, hey, college sports has been ruined by college sports has been ruined by NIL. Everybody is getting money. Like, let's, now it's like, well, okay, high school sports is the new. You watch high school sports for the amateur aspect of it. Let's pay those kids. Okay, Little League. Let's pay the Little League kids.
So it goes ripple down.
But they get scholarships. They get free college. I mean, that's something they're getting.
Sure, it is.
But I think one of the arguments is they felt as though the athletes were being exploited by colleges.
Yeah, I understand.
Because you've got, I know you do. But I used to have an office in Alabama, and I used to pass the Alabama Stadium on my way from the airport to the office, and that stadium is huge. And you're talking like nearly 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And and the seats are not cheap. So, I think the students feel as though they should have a little bit of that, because they're the talent. They turn out the performance.
And when you can buy, like, I'm gonna go with colleges from a long time ago, like college players from a long time ago. When you can buy a number 16 Volunteers jersey, when Peyton Manning is in college, right, in late 90s, 98, whatever it was, 97, if $1 million worth of jerseys are sold with number 16 on it, and the college is making millions of dollars, and the NCAA is making millions of dollars,
Mhm.
and all of those people are making millions of dollars, and that kid, again, Peyton Manning is a different situation. His father was an NFL player,
Yeah.
but you know, and that kid can't afford to go
Can't even
back home
afford
to
to
visit.
eat.
Yeah, can't afford to eat, can't
Mhm.
afford to go back and visit their parents or something.
Mhm.
Like that is a huge disparity issue. Because college sports is a multi-billion dollar business, every single one of them,
Like you
and
wouldn't believe.
the television rights are like almost equivalent with the NFL. Like it's like college football is number 2 to those things. College basketball, the March Madness. Like now, the problem is that you take smaller schools like URI, Providence College, right? Like those are places around here that people would know, and they're not going to be able to compete with a UCLA or something like that, or Texas or something, where they're in these bigger markets and they have more funding and more opportunities for those things and bigger publicity and et cetera, et cetera. So it's definitely not perfect yet. It's not right yet, but I do think it's very hard to argue that college kids who are adults, right? These kids are adults. To have them be the backbone of a multi-billion-dollar industry and not have any share in that
Mhm.
is wrong,
Yeah.
and was wrong for a very long time, and I think is more wrong than what is happening now, but what's happening now needs to get fixed.
Mhm. Yeah. They'll come
And
to.
that's my soapbox moment for the day.
Jeez, right there. Right. You know, if I was a player, I'd have my agent.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But they're all going to be pros anyhow now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yep. Anyway, all right. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
I like that you're wearing red and blue. Like it's not like you guys are like polar opposites right now, you know, or very patriotic. One or the
Red,
other.
white, yeah, we got a memo, didn't we? This
Yeah,
morning?
we got-
Did you get the memo? Good.
Yeah, we got the
Good,
memo
good,
this
good, good.
morning.
Let me see. This is. I like this camera, but it's not wide enough. It doesn't have a wide enough gate, so I need to keep going back and forth between the two of you. And now we're on Ken, and now we're on Tommy, and now we're on Ken,
No.
and now we're on Tommy.
And 3 or 4 more times, there won't be nobody in this chair.
All right, and now we're and now we're on me, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We will be back
pleasure.
tomorrow morning, and that at that moment, Rhoda Mann will be in the chair for Man About Town, and she will be joined by, well, Tommy and Ken for the first half hour or so, and then they will be followed by the movie guy. Bill Doherty from Mystic Luxury Cinemas will be in, and that is tomorrow morning from 8 to 10 a.m. We also have I mentioned Little League earlier. We have some Little League games coming up this week. The All-Stars have started in Stonington, which should be a lot of fun. And we have some American Legion baseball coming up this week, as well as some Rhode Island Men's Senior Baseball League. And then Ken, what do you got?
I was just going to say, if you're gonna do some of those Little League games, you better do them now, because in 2 or 3 years from now, you'll probably have to pay the rights to do that.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah,
All right.
probably.
You're probably right there, yeah.
Can I mention Hilltop?
Yeah, of course you can mention Hilltop.
July 2nd. Dave's going to open up the back room for us. We're going to have a little fundraiser for Run to Home Base, which my son Gary has.
Yeah.
I think it's the 7th year now for him. And Dave's going to give a portion of what he takes in between 4 and 8, and also going to match it. So whatever we bring in between 4 and 8, Dave's going to match it and be a nice little fundraiser for
That's nice.
Run to Home Base.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
July 2nd, 4 to 8 at the Hilltop.
Awesome. Very nice.
He's got a couple fundraisers going, by the way. He's got one at Daniel Packer Inn too this weekend. Father's Day, same thing. If you get there, I think it's between 12 and 8 over in Mystic.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.